Good evening, everyone. This is Brandy Fox coming live again on this beautiful, hot Wednesday in Charlotte, North Carolina for another Talk It Out session. Talk It Out is a solution based virtual chat that supports minority entrepreneurs. Our goal is to create step by step solutions to the problems that minority entrepreneurs face on a day to day basis. If this is your first time joining us, we are a bi weekly show. We come on every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. on my Facebook Live, Brandy Fox, or our Be the Entrepreneur page. Today is a great topic. Like, I know I say this every time. I love the topics, but I do. But this one is really good. We're talking about first impressions and the importance of entrepreneurial resume writing. So I know to a certain extent that might can sound like an oxymoron. Like, if I'm an entrepreneur, why do I need a resume? An entrepreneur resume is also what we would call your professional bio or your entrepreneurial bio. I ain't gonna lie, this is something I did not get for myself until about, I'll say, 3 years ago, right before the pandemic. I made my first bio and I was super excited about it. I really didn't know what it was supposed to look like. I'm like, do I write it like a regular bio? Do I do something a little fancy? So I wish I had known our guest today, which I introduced a little bit soon in a second. I wish I would have known her then to be able to get the elements of how to properly write a bio. So from that 3 years ago when I wrote my first bio, I probably did about 4 to 5 different edits from there. But I'm okay because I'm happy with my final product. And now, whenever I meet somebody, fellow entrepreneurs, when I'm meeting investors, when I'm meeting my customers, I know exactly what I need to say about myself to put the first impression out there and let them know that not only am I just an entrepreneur, but I'm a serious entrepreneur that takes my business serious. If you are not following us, please make sure you do so. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at b.the.entrepreneur. And also don't forget to share. If you know any entrepreneurs who are looking to learn how to create a professional entrepreneur bio / resume, we got the plug right here today. So our guest for today is Ja Cook, and you can follow her on Instagram at Ja Resume Doctor. And the topics that we're going to be talking about are resumes, are my way of life, not a habit, going from corporate to my calling, and how entrepreneurship should be a lifestyle. A little bit about me and my company. I own Be the Entrepreneur Consulting Agency, and we specialize in strategizing, implementing, and empowering startup entrepreneurs with the necessary tools to start, grow, and scale their business. We do this by providing step by step solutions to help you get your business where you need to be. Some of the products that we offer to help you grow your business is our How to Start a Business in 30 Days ebook series, which includes 8 digitally fillable ebooks, which basically means you can type right on it from your phone, tablet, or online on 8 different subjects that take you from the vision phase of entrepreneurship all the way to how to pitch your business as an entrepreneur. We also have our Institute of Entrepreneurship. This is great for self starting entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs who are looking to pivot their business model. As we know, COVID was really crazy for everybody, and it's still having its effect on a lot of entrepreneurs. So, if you're an entrepreneur that's looking to kind of pivot and start a new business, and you don't need to start from scratch for a little assistance, the Institute of Entrepreneurship will be for you. Our ebook series, like I said, that's perfect for entrepreneurs who have a specific issue that they're looking to kind of deal with. So let's say if you already have your business together, you know what you want to do, but you like, okay, how do I pitch to investors? How do I pitch to people to give me money for my business? Then you would want to do our ebook 8, Be the Pitch. But let's say if you're looking to start taking over your budgeting and you like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do. I can't afford a bookkeeper. I can't afford an accountant. So I definitely can't afford a CPA. Then you would want our book 4, BTE Business Budget Bundle. So every aspect of business, we've broken it down into 8 ebooks that you can buy as a group or buy individually. We also have our Be the Entrepreneur Academy, which is an online academy that includes one-on-one, step-by-step mentor guidance through every ebook that we offer. So for example, talking about that budgeting ebook, once you finish that ebook and online curriculum, you'll have the opportunity to meet one-on-one with the accountant to be able to answer any of your questions. 60 minutes of you asking any questions that you may have about accounting. When we get to the HR part, you have a HR representative that you get to meet with for 60 minutes, and you get to pick their brain about anything HR, and that's all included in the bundle. Lastly, we have our Be the Tribe. That's for people who've been thinking about entrepreneurship, but they're not sure if entrepreneurship is for them. So Be the Tribe will be perfect for you. We give out monthly lessons, forums, online teaching opportunities where you kind of grow your business at your own pace. And this is perfect for full-time entrepreneurs who are not ready to make that transition. What to expect on Talk It Out with Be the Entrepreneur. Number one, we will be giving away a free consultation at the end of the show. We end at 7 p.m. So all you have to do is stay tuned to the end, and you'll get to find out how to get a free 30-minute consultation with me, where you can ask me anything startup business related. I don't know everything, but I feel like I do know a lot. And what I don't know, I would definitely find out for you. But you got 30 minutes to ask me any question or anything that's been stumping you. You can expect organic solution-based discussions. Everybody that I've had on my show has always gave step-by-step instructions on how to make your business great, better, wherever you are, growth. And we do this by giving action-based steps. We don't just talk about the subject like a lot of talk shows do, what the problem is. We know what the problem is. We're going to tell you how to fix the problem and how to do it in an affordable way. And don't forget that this is, we do offer Q&A live. So if you ask any type of business related question for our guest or myself, we will answer those live. Don't forget to drop those in the comments. We definitely want to see those questions. We want to make sure that we answer them for you. That was just a brief intro from one of our sponsors, Pamper Us Mobile Massage Service. If you are looking for mobile massage therapy services, please don't hesitate to book them. And if you are looking for online advertisement opportunities, don't forget to email us at brandy@betheentrepreneur.com, and we'll be happy to get you on to place one of your video ads for the low. Now it's time to get to the good part. I'm super excited to have on Miss Jai, the resume doctor, Jerry Cook. If you want to know her on a personal level, how you doing today, girl?
Hey, Brandy, I am doing good. How are you doing today?
I am doing good on this hot Wednesday, girl. I keep saying hot because it's hot.
It's hot, right? So I got my head on, just trying to make it be cool here. I'm trying to make it be cool. But thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on to share my knowledge a little bit that I have with your listeners. So thank you for having me.
Oh no, you got the knowledge. I'm excited to have you on here because people really do not know how to people don't really know the importance of a resume, not just as an employee, but as an entrepreneur. So I'm super excited for you to drop some gems on them today and let them know how important that is. So to get started, let's talk about your motto, doing me unapologetically. I love that. Tell me what that means to you.
Well, what that means to me is that finally I'm at a point in my life where I'm no longer making any apologies for why I do what I do. And that's in personal life, that's in career, and that's in my business. And I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, we make so many concessions about who we are that we try to live the life of someone else. So I've decided at this stage of the game that I have to do me unapologetically. And I think once I realized what that meant, as far as I'm a business owner and these are my prices, I'm a business owner and these are my products. Once I realized that and I didn't make any apologies for who I was, that's how my business grew. If you think about it, most successful business owners, the owner of Nike, the owner of Amazon, do they make any apologies as far as why their prices are the way that they are? No, they just do it. So I want to empower everyone else to just do them unapologetically and be consistent in doing that time after time. And that's why I think that I have been around for such a long time, is because I took a step back and I just said, I'm going to do me. And this is the only way I can do me, is by being consistent and making no apologies for it. But I can back it up. That's the main thing.
And that's what's important. It's nothing wrong with being confident in what you do. If you're getting results from what you do, then that is always the key. And I love that. And any entrepreneur that's been in the game, they know that it's only so long that, you know, you can fake the funk, lack of a better word. Like, you have to, at some point, you got to put it down. You got to be organic in what you're offering and what you're doing. So I love that, doing me unapologetically. Why am I struggling with that word? But so tell the world a little bit more about you. What got you into resume writing, all that good stuff.
Well, one of the things that actually got me into resume writing and really taking a step back into it was during COVID-19. I was making 6 figures at a company, and the company and I decided to part ways. I've always had an entrepreneur spirit, so I've always done my resume writing alongside of my corporate job. And I made sure that whatever I did in my corporate life, it aligned with my entrepreneur spirit, so that every day that I got up, I was doing the same exact thing. Well, in 2019, corporate America and I decided to separate. And so when we decided to separate, I said, what can I do? And when I said, what can I do? God said, revamp your resume company, revamp your consulting company. Like, you've been doing this successfully for corporate America. Now you need to do it for the people who look like you and talk like you. So my consulting company, Job Consulting LLC, I said, no, I'm a doctor. Like, when people come to me, the pain that I'm trying to solve for them is their career pain, their business pain. So I'm the doctor that you come to give you a pulse check on, are you living your best life or are you living your best lie? Are you living a lie that says, I'm okay with doing this little side hustle, but then you're trying to turn it into a company? So when I decided to revamp my company, Job the Resume Doctor, I had to be intentional. I had to get the LLC. I had to pay taxes. I had to get a business account. I had to get a business check. I mean, I had to do everything that put me into the position to have a business that was marketable, but also was result oriented. So when corporate America and I separated, I was fine because I knew that was my calling. Then I started being intentional with my pricing. I started marketing myself. I started actually looking at people who do things like me. And what I realized, Brandy, was that I've been around for a very long time. And I think what makes me stay consistent is that you see the results of what I do, but it's the confidence that I exude. And I know that I'm the best thing since sliced bread in resume writing. And it's okay like that. And so when I changed my mindset and I stopped doing things the way I thought I should do it, and I started doing things the right way, then that's how my longevity has got me to here where we are today. So when I say that resumes are my life, not a hobby, then your thing should be your life. Like, if you are a candle maker, if you are a financial planner, I should be able to see you doing those things 24/7. It shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm going to be a candle maker for today. Like, it should be a lifestyle choice. And so that's why I'm here today, to ask these entrepreneurs, what lifestyle choice and what sacrifice and what financial risk have you taken to be the entrepreneur that you are today?
And that's some key questions. That is some key questions, because like we talked about pre-show, what it's like, entrepreneurship is used so much now that, you know, I feel like it's just taking the like
Yes.
the funk out of it. You know what I'm saying? And you asked a great question earlier, like, what made you say that you're an entrepreneur? Mm-hmm. Like, at what point were you like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. That's what I am. That's how I'm going, you know, that's how I'm entitled myself. Because I feel like it's a lot of things that people overlook that's necessary before you can call yourself an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And that's starting with number one, knowing yourself, and number two, starting your business the right way.
Yes. I will tell you, Brandy, and I hate to say this, I've been doing this entrepreneur thing since 2009. And in 2009, I started a consulting company, and I started doing all these things, but it was not legal, if we can say it. It was not LLC. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have anything. It was just my talent. I like doing resumes. And then once I realized my company is only going to grow by the level of my commitment.
Mm-hmm. And investment.
I was committed to my company, it wasn't going to grow. So what I did was I did a lot of things wrong. I would wake up sometimes and I would say, oh, well, today it's my side hustle. So I would treat it as such. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes I would say, oh, it's just my little talent. I'm going to treat it as such. And then I was like, no, I am an entrepreneur and a business owner. And once I changed my mind, I said, I have to do it the right way. So it was a mindset shift that changed in me once corporate America said goodbye. But it took me 7 years. And I'm going to tell you, from 2009 to 2017, where I was hustling my God-given talent and calling it a business. So the question that I would ask entrepreneurs is, why have you been hustling, okay, your God-given talent, okay, that can make you money and can solve a problem in the world? If you don't have an LLC, if you don't have a bio, let's just talk about that. If you don't even know how to put pen to paper to talk to people about what your product and your service is, sweetheart, you're not an entrepreneur. You're someone with a thought that turned it into a dream. We're trying to get it into the reality.
And you are so right. And with that being said, we're going to roll right into, you know, how to do that. Because like I said before, creating a business bio, it was really hard for me. Like, it's like, what do you put in? What don't you put in? What are key things that you should, you know, highlight? So what I want to start with you is, what would you say is the biggest mistake that you see in entrepreneur bios and resumes?
Well, first of all, when someone has a bio about their company, there's not a clear description of what product and services that they sell. So at the end of the day, if you don't have a clear conceptual idea of what you are selling, then how can me as the client want to buy it? You got to get intentional. So the first thing I would say in writing a professional bio is to have a clear conceptual idea of the product and the service that you're offering to the consumer, right? The second thing is have a clear conceptual idea of what problem your product or service is solving. My product and service is solving people being unemployed and getting jobs. If your product and service is not solving a problem, then you may have to look at it. The third thing you want to make sure is you want to have some tangible testimonials. Like if somebody was to ask me, John, what is the average salary that a client has made by working with your company? I can easily say the average salary increase is $4,000 to $35,000 more by working with my company. So you have to have a clear idea of the product or service. The product or service should be solving a problem, and you should have some tangible evidence as to why your product or service is the product or service of choice, right? The fourth thing you want to add in your bio is some of your credentials. You don't have to have a bachelor's degree or all this education, but you should have some type of stake in the game, if you will, that shows that you're the subject matter expert in this particular product or service. So I'm a certified professional resume writer. Maybe you went to a financial class and you got your financial planning certification. Like, people want to know that you have a stake in the game and that you have some tangible, you know, I would say a certification or something that shows that you didn't decide just to wake up and do that. The fourth thing that you want to have in your bio is you want to have your personality. Like, why do you want to have this business. Be able to have a way to actually merge your personality to the consumer, because people buy from people that they like and that they respect. So if we were to go to the 5 things, the bio should be clear and concise of the product and the services that you are offering. The bio should also have some testimonials, some proven results that you are the person that they should have. The bio should also have something in there that talks about the problem that your particular company is solving. The bio should also be able to offer things that your credentials to kind of show the stake in the game. You want to stay away from putting things about your family and personal stuff that has absolutely nothing to do. What you're trying to do is to highlight and market yourself in this industry. A bio also, you can do a little name dropping. One of my bios has on there that I was on Fox 46 Good Day Charlotte twice. My bio also says that I was on Power 98. So be able to have some name dropping that kind of shows people have already put their stamp of approval on your company. A bio shouldn't be any more than 1 page long. I'm just going to keep it real. 1 page long is what a bio should be. If you want to have a 2-page bio, you can have content on one side, and then maybe on the second side, you can have some of the clients that has surfaced you. So when you're thinking about a bio, it's clear and concise. It tells a story. A professional bio tells about your passion for the company that you have created. It talks about some of the clients that you've helped. It gives results, and it actually shows you as the subject matter expert in the industry that you are in.
That was perfect. That was like legit perfect. And even though all of them are really good, I would say the one that I run into the most with entrepreneurs that I consult is that personal piece. Yes. Like they be wanting to put all their personal business and all that stuff in there. And that's okay to a certain extent. Like basic information, not on your resume, but if you're doing a professional bio, if you want to say that, you're married with 2 kids, that's kind of how if you want to keep it there. But I feel like for your resume, it need to be strictly business related, and not even just business. It should be your business relations. Yes. Like, go ahead. No, go.
What I would say is, okay, you got to think about your personal bio as an entrepreneur. What people want to get to know you, but you don't have to put on there that you're married with 2 kids. You don't have to do that. What I would say is that I'm family oriented and I have a family and things of that nature. Now, it just depends on what the bio is written for. Now, for example, when I do a bio to be teaching and things like that, I do let people know that I do have a daughter that went to college and that I'm education sounded. But as far as telling people how many kids you have and how you're married, I really don't think that that's going to add any value to you as an entrepreneur. What I want to know is, what product do you have? Do I understand the product and do I resolve it? And sometimes we mix a little bit of personal with business, and we should not do that. Also, let's take a step back. If there's an entrepreneur that's listening and you have a bio, do you not realize that your social media platform is also your personal bio? So bios come in different forms and different fashion. We can have a digital bio, which is a digital blueprint, which is your social media, Instagram, thing like that. Also, you have a written bio. So a lot of times we don't understand that those two are interconnected. That you have a digital bio, which is your digital platform on social media, and then you can have a print bio. You want to make sure that those things are actually aligned with each other. And if they're not aligned with each other, then you have to figure out how to get them to be aligned. At the end of the day, I used to get very upset because when I walked in the room, no one really knew my name. They didn't know my name was Jerry. They didn't know that I had a daughter. They just said, "You that resume girl, John the resume doctor." So you want to make sure that people know who you are. And I think my digital bio of my presence here in Charlotte and beyond has helped me to do that. And don't be afraid to name drop. Get the people's permission, but don't be afraid to name drop. Don't be afraid.
Hey, I'm all about a name drop, because let's name drop at the right time. Let me be specific.
Yeah.
Because I know people that will name drop every 5 minutes, everybody unsolicited name dropping. That's what we're going to call it.
Absolutely.
But that's aggravating.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you have a specific purpose and you know exactly why you're name dropping, make sure your name drop ties to your product as well. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that you work with might not tie to your product. So you want to make sure everything aligns. So I love that alignment piece. So in reference to resumes being your life and not a happy, elaborate on that a little bit for me.
So it's resumes are my life and not a hobby. So
Not
that's
a hobby. A typo. My bad.
And the reason why I say resumes are my life and not a hobby is because I don't play around with this thing, Brandy. When it comes to me empowering job seekers or entrepreneurs with a career opportunity to change the financial trajectory of their lives, I take it very seriously. I don't just play around with resumes. I eat, sleep, and drink resumes because I believe that that is the one tool and resource that we have as an African American culture that could help us change the financial trajectory of our lives. It could be the personal bio that could change the financial trajectory of your entrepreneur business. It could be a personal resume that could change the financial trajectory of your life. So for me, I don't play around with this thing. I love what I do.
And that's good. No, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And people should do that as well. Like if you're an entrepreneur and today you are a financial advisor, and 6 months from now you're a tax credit professional, and then 6 months from there you're doing Forex, and then 6 months, then me going to you, I don't really feel like that's your calling. I just feel like you're just doing it for the moment. So make sure that whatever your entrepreneurial business is, that it's your life and not a hobby, because you will have because if it becomes a hobby, then you're not being able to help people and it's like for naught. So that's why I say resumes are literally my life, not a hobby at all. And that's what your entrepreneur journey should be. It should be your life. It should be what you're called to do. It should be something that you eat, sleep, and drink. Most successful entrepreneurs didn't get successful because they dabbled in this and they dabbled in that. They found something that they were good at and they honed in that and they perfected it.
And that's absolutely correct. And one thing that I tell my entrepreneurs, because as y'all, well, if you don't know, I specialize in startups. So most of my clients are between that 0 to 2 year kind of standpoint. So around there, what I see a lot is a lot of those clients are still trying to figure out if this business is what they want to do. Around that 0 to 1 year, you still kind of dibbling and dabbling. But what I like to tell my entrepreneurs and any entrepreneurs that are on here now, please don't hesitate to share. But I just want to let you know that it is okay to start as a hobby and transition, because I know in my consulting, I'll say I've had about 15 to 20% of the people that I've consulted, after we've done their consultation and we've went through everything, what they're going to have to do, what's next, what's the process, they done told me right on the phone, like, Brandy, I don't think entrepreneurship for me. I don't think they've literally said, I don't think I really want to make this a business. I enjoy doing this as a hobby on the side. That's what I want to do. But the key is to find that determination, figure out which way you're going to go. Because I see a lot of people get trapped in the middle. You know what I'm saying? They, like you said, they work it as a hobby, but they want to be the next big thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what you want to have. You want to have focus and you want to know that this is something that I can invest in and grow.
Well, and I'll speak to that. So when I started doing my resume business, I remember charging $25. I remember doing resumes for free. And this is like 2009, 2010, 11. I was doing them for free because I just wanted to get my foot wet. Then I got certified as a certified professional resume writer. And then I started doing resumes for $25, $35, because I still wanted to see, was this really what I wanted to do? And then as I got good at what I did, then I started looking at the competition. I started looking at how much they were charging. And then I said to myself, Jai, if you woke up tomorrow and you did not have a job, what could you do for free that brings you so much joy? And I said, professional resume writer and career coach. And do you know why? Because when I look at someone's resume or even their entrepreneur bio, I see the potential in themselves that they don't see, because people never saw potential in me. So what I decided to do was I said, yeah, I'll do a resume for free. It brings me so much joy. And once I realized that I could get up every day and do a resume or career coaching for free, I realized that this was my calling. And then look at it. We're in a national pandemic. And when the world closed down, people all over the world from different states were reaching out to me. So it did come into a hobby. I didn't get paid a lot of money. And then it has naturally progressed over the last 3 or 4 years into what it is now. So and also the definition of an entrepreneur, it says a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking a greater than normal financial risk. I've taken a lot of financial risks for my entrepreneurial dream. What financial risk are you willing to take?
And that's the thing. You cannot expect results without some type of sacrifice. And that's with anything. That's literally with anything. So I love that you talked about that. So when it comes to resume writing, what do you suggest the process of somebody getting started? Like, of course, we know brainstorming. So once they brainstorm, what is your role as a resume doctor? Like, how do you help people when they're kind of stuck?
Okay, so the good news is most of my clients already have some type of industry that they're already in, and they already have a resume. Mm-hmm. So what I do is the first thing that I ask them is, what are you seeking outside of this career that you're in? That's the first thing I ask them, because if you are currently in the financial industry and you're trying to go to be in, I would say, real estate, the question that I'm going to ask you is, what is it about the financial industry and the real estate industry that interests you? So the first thing is, I want to know, what is your why? The second thing is, I want to look at the resume that you have, and I want to actually ask you, do you feel like that you have 100% covered all of the things on your resume that's going to help you get a job? So we're going to brainstorm like your skills, your qualifications. First of all, we're going to figure out what it is you want to do, why you want to do that. Because if you tell me that you're going from the financial industry to real estate and I can't see any of those skills, I will not give you a resume for that, because I have to believe and I have to see the skills in the next thing. I don't fake resumes. I don't write lie resumes. You have to convince me that you have transferable skills from one industry to the next one. The second thing is, I want to understand what your career path is. So I want to look at your resume. I want to look at different types of jobs that you have, because the jobs that you have on your resume will show me the types of jobs that you would actually be able to have in the future. The third thing is, I want to look at one job you're interested in. Me and my clients, we look at a job, and you have to show me that you have the skills and qualifications in that job. And then we start to decide what type of resume we should create. Resume writing from 10 years ago to now has changed. So there's 3 types of resumes. A chronological resume is a resume that you would use if you have been in a job for 15 years and you haven't changed jobs, right? Functional resume is going to be a resume where you add some of your soft skills and everything in there, where maybe you have career pivoted. And a combination resume is going to be functional and a functional resume and a chronological resume together, right? So once we look at the type of resumes that you have, then we'll decide, should we change it to a chronological resume, a functional resume, or a combination resume. Once we decide the type of resume that we're going to create, then we will decide the information to add. Should we put your education at the top, because maybe the company requires an MBA? Should we put your certifications at the top, because maybe the company says you can have experience in lieu of the education? Maybe we're going to put your accomplishment. So we have to figure out what type of resume to write based on your individual job that you're searching for. So literally, it's pen to paper, Microsoft Word, and a computer, and we write everything from scratch.
So this right here, these tips right here will be perfect for someone who is transitioning out of their full-time job into entrepreneurship.
Yes. So here's the thing. So if you're transitioning out of corporate America to an entrepreneur role, remember that your corporate America skills is going to help you in that entrepreneur role. So you'll probably need a functional resume. So remember, everything in your corporate role has actually helped you to get the job or to get the business as an entrepreneur. You would just have to figure out how to leverage that. You know what I'm saying? So what you would do is, let's just say you're in higher education and you've been working for the school system, but now you want to be a consultant, then you're going to leverage those skills in higher education at that school to actually leverage it to a consultant role. Does that make sense? So what you would do on your resume is you would literally say, okay, I'm creating A, B, C, and D educational consulting company. And you would take the skills that you did in the corporate level and put that on the resume, because you can still do it in an individual level, if that makes sense. So what you would do is you would have your profile summary at the top, you would have your education at the top, you would have your experience, and literally you can put on your resume as an entrepreneur the section that's going to be called Entrepreneur Experience. And it's okay to put that on there, because in COVID-19, we have corporate jobs and we have entrepreneur jobs, if that makes sense. So you're not going to delete your entire resume. You're literally going to do a functional resume, your entrepreneur experience. You're going to get those skills from your corporate experience, and you're going to leverage that to be able to get new clients for your own personal businesses.
And that's perfect. I loved how you talked about the using the tools and skills learned from your full-time to leverage your new business.
Yes.
Even if they're not direct skills. And I put that because people, sometimes your full-time doesn't tie directly to your, your passion or your love, but some of those transferable skills that you have, those people skills, communication skills, even the organizational system of where you worked at, those are all things that you can take with you as a business owner. Because I know for me, I was a social worker prior to owning my first business, Pamper Us Mobile Massage Service.
Okay.
Social work and massage therapy have nothing to do at all together. But what I will say is, working at the Department of Social Services and working at such a big, company, I learned a lot of business owner tips that work for me. Effective communication, chain and command, teamwork, how to deal with people that you don't like, how to have a professional relationship, all those things. And I can honestly say that if I did not work in that environment for over 5 years, I would have made a lot more mistakes as a business owner and having employees, staff, contractors than I did before. So I'm always, I'm always grateful for that full-time work, because it gives you some skin in the game. It helps you kind of prepare for what comes with entrepreneurship.
Well, not only that, about this, if there's nothing else that the listeners get out of this topic, remember, your 9 to 5 is literally funding your entrepreneur business. Your 9 to 5 job is literally funding. It's financially funding. It is skill-wise funding. It is business-minded funding. Everything from your corporate job is funding. So it's kind of like you're in dress rehearsal mode with your corporate job. It doesn't matter if your corporate job doesn't match your entrepreneur skill job. You still have the transferable skills. You get up every day and go to work, right? You clock in. You have discipline. You learn how to make deals. Those are the same transferable skills that you're going to need in your company. So I think when we think about entrepreneur, think about how to leap from corporate America to your entrepreneurial job, to your entrepreneurial dream, by thinking of it that this is literally funding your business. And that's what I had to realize, that my corporate job funds my business.
Amen, baby, because every other Friday was a blessing. I'd be excited. You ain't even got to worry about it. Direct deposit.
Yes.
No, that's perfect. So I know for some entrepreneurs, like we said at the beginning, when you hear resume and entrepreneurship, those automatically do not tie together.
Yes.
But John, I wanted you to share some of the ways that entrepreneurs can use their entrepreneur resume / professional bio. What are some elements that you can use that?
Yeah. So although you are an entrepreneur, you still have to have some type of tangible way to market your skills. So an entrepreneur is going to have a professional bio. Within that professional bio, you're going to have your company's information, the services that you offer, the clients that you service, your skills and qualification. And you're literally going to tell the potential person that you're going to collaborate with all of the skills and qualifications and what your company can do. So just like you would write your resume, you're going to put the title of your job for the company that you work for. The same thing you would do with your business. You're going to put the title. Are you the owner? Are you the CEO? That's very important. Also, you're going to make sure that in your bio that you talk about tangible results that you have provided. Nobody wants to see a bio that says, okay, I'm a candle maker and I just made a lot of candles. No, you may want to say that my company was hired by Fox 46 Charlotte to make candles for the homeless shelters, and we were able to, whatever the case may be, you have to tie it into them. So when you're thinking about a professional bio, headshot, it has to be professional. You have to have a professional headshot. You have to have grammatical errors that are not there. You have to have all of your information that is concise. And then you have to be able to have a product where you can use to actually market yourself.
No, that's perfect. And I'm actually typing up some as you go. But the marketing yourself, that is so important because especially now with everybody going into entrepreneurship, in every realm, you have to have some type of way to set yourself apart.
Yes.
Because if not, you will get lost in the hustle bustle and you'll be just another consultant, just another candle maker, just a party seller. So that bio is definitely it definitely is beneficial. In addition, like we talked about before, that bio is required for any type of lending. If you're looking for an investor, from an entrepreneur standpoint, that bio is the first thing they're going to look at. They want to know about you, because no matter how good your business is, no matter how good you run it, how much money you're making, if you do not sell yourself as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you will not get that money. I promise. I didn't see it. I didn't watch Shark Tank a million times. Recently, I ain't even used to watch it back in the day, but I love the show. But I've watched it more recently. And a lot of people, I ain't gonna say a lot, but a significant amount of people that didn't get, outside of having a product, that didn't get funded, is because the judges didn't like their attitude. Like, and they, them judges on there, they're blunt. They'll tell you, I love your product, but I don't know how I feel about you.
Yeah.
And in that instant, you know what I'm saying? You done lost hundreds of thousands of dollars that you had access to because they didn't know you or they didn't like you. You know what I'm saying? So, can you talk about, have you ever done it in a investment standpoint? Like, have you ever created a professional bio for an investor?
So actually, this is the crazy thing. So I also want to let you know your personal bio is the first impression of your company. So when we're talking about bios and things like that, a couple of years ago, I had the privilege of being in the elevator with Les Brown. And I went to see him in Houston, Texas, flew there, and I wanted to see him and things like that. I had a bio, I had a business plan, I had all of this stuff in there. And I used the bio to actually tell Mr. Brown about my company, about my consulting company, things like that. And I gave it to him. And a couple days later, he called me. And I think the reason why he called me was because there was something important or special that I was sharing in my bio. And I put it in a way that leveraged my skills as a motivational speaker, but also that leveraged me as a subject matter expert in the field. So yes, I haven't used it to get funding, but I have used my bio to be able to negotiate contracts to get hired for places. So I have had my bio to be used to be able to do curriculum development for schools here in Charlotte. I've had my bio to be used to be on radio shows. I've had my bios to be used to leverage my skills to speak to prominent people here in Charlotte. I think if I had not had that bio, it wouldn't have been able to get me in the door that I needed to get into, because you can go to my website, Instagram, and things like that, but how eloquently and confidently you're able to put pen to paper to market your services and your products is what's going to grab that person's attention the same way as a resume. A bio is the first impression of what someone has of you. And if you're unable to write a bio in a methodical way that shows all of the elements and the levels and the diversity of your company, no one's going to be interested in you. And you shouldn't be a business owner if you don't even have a bio of who you are. A bio, it's going to pitch to your business. And if you don't get that, it's like your bio is worth your salary. Boys and girls and gentlemen of here, the bio is your salary negotiation, right? The bio is how much money you want to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So think about it that a bio is a way to market yourself and to sell yourself to be able to get the finances that you need, whether it's for funding, whether it's for potential business, whether it's actually to even convince a client that they should hire you. I love when my clients want to look at my bio. And they're going to look at Fox 46 Charlotte, Power 98, Charlotte Observer. Why would they not want to at least pick up the phone and talk to me? So think about that. The bio is as you will, a pitch, if you will, of why people should hire you.
I agree. I love it. It is. It's literally, it's like your elevator pitch is your verbal bio, and then your entrepreneurial resume is your written bio. Yes. And like you said, those things have to align. They definitely have to align. So let's roll into entrepreneurship should be a lifestyle. I know that's something that we kind of talked about earlier. I feel like one of the key elements of building a bio is it's built off experience. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you put in there is an experience, whether good or bad. What are some of the tips that you would give about, making sure that entrepreneurship is a lifestyle if that's the route that you choose as an entrepreneur?
The first thing I want to say is that you should know who your competition is in your industry. So tip number one, if being a resume writer is truly what I want to do, then I should know who my competition is, and I should know their prices, and I should know their services so that I can see how I can do it better. Also, I should be a student learner in resume writing. So maybe I should get some more education, some credentials and things like that to actually up my skill set and my level, because resume writing and career coaching has changed. So first thing is you should know the competition of the industry. Also, you should be a student learner of your craft, maybe get additional credentials or different certificates. The third thing is, you should stick with it for a good 1 to 3 years, no matter what, so that you can see the fruits of your labor. Also, maybe you should get a mentor that does exactly what you do, that has been doing it for such a long time, because they have the expertise to tell you when you should, change your methodical thinking, or when you should, relax a little bit. So the first thing is know your competition. Okay. The second thing is be a student learner. Make sure that you're getting your skills up to date, credentials and things like that for a time like this. The third thing is give it a year or two, give it 1 to 3 years. Don't give up. The fourth thing is get a mentor that's doing the same thing. And then the fifth thing is ask yourself this question. If you were not to get paid to do this entrepreneur thing that you do, would you still wake up in the morning and do it? I can 100% resounding say yes. I 100% will say yes. I could do resume writing tomorrow for free, because I know that this is my calling, and I know that this is what God has called me to do. So if you can't get up and I'm happy, like I've been working all day in corporate America teaching professionalism to my college students, and I'm tired. But right now I'm excited. I'm elated, because this is what brings me so much joy. I love resumes. I love it. And I think a lot of people can tell that. So ask yourself, the last thing is, could you do this for free? Because if you chase money, ladies and gentlemen,
you're in the wrong field, baby.
You will always chase money. What you need to do is you need to chase your passion, and you should have a heart for people. When I stopped chasing money, I would get people say, "Hey, Jai, someone tagged you in a post. Hey, Jai, I don't know you, but I've been following you for years." So I think you have to change your mindset. Ask yourself this question. Could you do this entrepreneur thing for free? And if it is a resounding yes, and you feel it in your spirit, then this is what you are called to do.
I love it. And that's true. My story is similar to yours. Like, would be the entrepreneur. Like, I started for free. And then I had a home girl that was like, "Girl, you giving away too much information. You need to start charging." So I'm like, all right. And I guess 25 is the magic number, because that's exactly what I started with. I was like, all right, I'm going to charge everybody $25. It ain't too much, but you're going to make an investment. Mm-hmm. And, but ultimately I would. Like, I mean, I still do. Like, if I see somebody that asks me a question, I ain't gonna be like, you have some people that's like, oh, well, book a consultation, I'll talk. No, if you meet me and you ask me a question, I'm not gonna tell you to book a consultation. Now you start getting in depth and start asking and additional questions, yeah, but we connecting. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna give you the answers that you want. At the end of the day, I want everyone as an entrepreneur to succeed if that's your passion. But I have a special heartfelt love for African American entrepreneurs because I just feel like we are so behind the mark in entrepreneurship compared to any of our counterparts, any of the minorities. We are literally at the back. And that's because a lot of things like this bio part that we don't have in place. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be prepared to be able to competitively market yourself out here, especially nowadays with everybody being an entrepreneur. Like 4 years ago, if you said you was an entrepreneur, people like, oh, for real? What you do? Now it's like, oh, yeah, girl, I'm an entrepreneur. They're like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's like nothing.
One of the things I would also tell you as an entrepreneur, and I'm just going to be very honest, we as African Americans, we got to do better. I'm going to give you a shout out, Brandy. This is our first time actually meeting and talking, and you've been following me for years on social media. Never really met you or talked to you, but you always are tagging me in a post. And I feel like that once you do that and you don't think about self and you think about helping people, that's how you get blessed. So any entrepreneur that's listening today, ask yourself this question: why has your business not grew? And it's probably a direct correlation to maybe the people you have not helped. So if your business has not grown, take a step back and ask yourself, who could you help today? It may not be financial. It may be sharing a post or whatever. Somebody just tagged me in a post of all the resources that he has, and he tagged me as the resume doctor. So my thing is, one of the reasons why I feel like we fail as entrepreneurs in African-American communities because we are so afraid of giving someone a hand up. Because we're so afraid they're going to take it. There's all types of resume writers here. I don't want all the business. But what I want to do is I want to connect with people that want to help people for no other reason. So that's one of the things I would say, Brandy. I'm excited and appreciative and honored that you took the time for little old me to have me on your show. And I think one of the reasons why you've been able to do what you've been able to do would be the entrepreneur, your roller skating company, your mobile massage. I think the reason why you had so much longevity and relevant is because of your passion to help people for no other reason. So I think that's the key to success for any entrepreneur. If the legacy of your business is shaken, that's because you have not, and I'm going to say this clearly, you have not sowed a seed into someone else. So and I remember I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to tag anybody. I'm not going to do it. Man, once I stopped and just started giving and helping, I could be laying in bed at night and wake up to a message. Hey, John, I want you to do my resume. So that's one of the things you have to ask yourself. Why is your business not growing? Is it you? Is it that it's an I? Try it a different way. Over the next 7 days, help 7 companies. I'm not saying financially help them, but figure out 7 ways. It's free to tag somebody. It's free to share a post. It's free. So ask yourself, if your business is not growing, what can you do over the next 7 days to help it grow?
I totally agree. And no problem, girl. For me, if I see somebody, like you said, your social media is your digital resume. So, I can tell the difference between somebody who's just doing something because it looks good, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing this for a while, and somebody who really loves what they're doing. And just being Facebook friends with you over a while. I've seen you. I've seen the growth. I've seen you change. I've seen the confidence increase. And, when I came up with, talking about, resumes or first impressions and all that stuff, it was the first, like, it was no other person that came to my mind. I was like, let me hit up Jai. I know we don't, we kind of just follow, but I think she would be good. And I agree with the tagging. I'm a big tagger. Like, I tag, if I know you, if somebody asks for your business, I'm going to tag you in it. And I will say, number one, it is because I want to help as many people as possible. But I will also say, like you said, it's because so many people tag me. Like, I wake up in the morning to almost like 20 tags in different businesses, for my services. And I'm so grateful because I would say about 60% of those tags, I've been able to turn them into customers. Like just from a tag. So, that's free pub. You can't beat a tag. And that's why, I'm just so grateful, for the people that trust me in my business to be able to refer people and tag them. And then, I'm just so grateful that I have the ability and trust me. When I tag people, people inbox me, they're like, girl, thank you, like you did. You never like, thank you for the tag. I booked that client. Like, I want to know that because I want to know, I'll do it regardless. I love the fact that just something as simple as tagging you in a post or sending you something can really make a difference in an entrepreneur's business growth. So I totally agree with that wholeheartedly. So what we want to do is we want to answer any questions that anybody has for Jai in relations to resume writing, what you would need, how it would go. I know for me, I have, of course, the most important question. What is the best way for someone to reach you?
The best way is you can reach me on Instagram or Facebook. So on Facebook, it's Jai, Jai, the Resume Doctor. And then on Instagram, it's at JAITHE Resume Doctor. Or I'm so crazy, I'm going to give you my telephone number, 704-559-9794. That is my business line. And like I said, I'm on all social media, the Resume Doctor, telephone number 704-559-9794. And what I want to do is I want to bless anyone that is listening to this show right now. I want to bless the first person that texts me and tells me how I got into the Resume Doctor. You would get a free resume review if you're just a individual, or you'll get a free business bio consultation. So you forget if you're just an individual that's looking for a job, you get a free resume review. But if you are an entrepreneur and you have a bio and you just want me to look over it, I'll give you a free bio review. But in order to do that, you have to call 704-559-9794 and tell me, like, how did my crazy self go from corporate to my calling? Like, what happened? And then also, if you're listening today, for those of you all who want to take advantage of my services, I'm just going to give you $100 off of any service. I wasn't going to do 50, 75. It's too hard. So $100. If you are interested and you say that you listened to this show today, if you're interested in any of my services, you can call me or you can text me and say, hey, John, I'm interested, and it's $100. My website is easy. It's just Jai Consulting LLC.com. So it's www.jaiconsultingllc.com. But if that's too much to remember, you have my telephone number. But here's the thing. I truly want to empower you because we are all one entrepreneur journey away from being financially free. We're all one corporate job away from being financially free. And whether you have a corporate job or whether you are an entrepreneur, make sure that you do both of those things with excellence. Make sure that when you walk in the room, people know what you do and they respect you for what you do.
I agree with all of that. They have to. They got to respect you. They got to know you ain't playing out here.
Yes, yes.
So thank you so much, Jai, for sharing that, guys. I'll continue to kind of put it in here so you guys can get that free resume review or business bio review. All you have to do is text us directly at the Resume Doctor 704-559-9794.
Yes.
Next, we have our giveaway going on. If you are not subscribed to our website, www.betheentrepreneur.com, please go there and subscribe. With your subscription, you'll get our straight to the market checklist. It's just 8 steps to test your new business idea before you take it to the market. The last thing that you want to do is start a business and it not be profitable. So with my free downloadable 8 steps checklist, you'll be able to go through these 8 steps and test your business before you take it to the market, which will save you time and money. So our giveaway. Pop out giveaway, you get a free 30-minute consultation to the first 2 people that shared any of our IG posts or any of our Facebook posts and tag us in it The first two people will receive a complimentary 30-minute entrepreneur consulting session. Any of your startup questions, finances, business branding, pitching, business plan, anything like that, I can help you with. And all you have to do is go to our Instagram or Facebook page at b.the.entrepreneur and share any of our posts. I don't care which one it is. Just share it. Let people know about us, and I'll go ahead and meet with you, and we can go ahead. I can go ahead and show you why, I love what I do and why I'm looking forward to connecting with you as an entrepreneur. So Ms. John, before we get off, is there any last words that you want to share to our viewers?
So this is what I want to share to the viewers. There is something special and phenomenal about you that the world is waiting for you to let us see. There are going to be a lot of times that you're going to doubt yourself. There are going to be a lot of times that your family and friends are not going to support you. What I want you to understand is that the world is waiting for you to believe in you so that we can see you. Don't let the world stop you from living your dream. Most successful entrepreneurs started out with a dream and a thought.
Amen.
What's the difference between a dream and a thought is that they sowed a seed into that thing and they didn't stop until it came to their reality. Don't stop and don't give up. You could be just like me. The only difference between you and me is I never gave up. That's the only thing. And I believe that there's something inside of you that the world is waiting to hear from, but you just have to have that belief in yourself. I can't wait to see your products. I can't wait to be your customer. I would love to see you a couple of months from now saying, hey, I listened to your show and I decided to do this great thing because we need more entrepreneurs. We need more talented people, especially in the African-American community. So I honor you and I'm glad to be a part of this movement.
Thank you so much. So I want to say thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to share any of our posts for your free 30-minute session. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks where we will be talking about entrepreneurial medical insurance outside of the marketplace. I'm about to give y'all the plug how to get that medical insurance without busting out $400. So make sure you tune in 2 weeks. Y'all, the Resume Doctor, thank you so much again. Guys, you can find her information in the comments. But outside of that, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye.